And making his way to centre ring for our semi-main event all the way from London, England, is Julian Howell. This is one of the most experienced fighters on the English circuit at the moment. He's fought all over the place in Germany, France, Holland, Belgium, and Mark the Hammer has fought some of the biggest names in the world as well.
He certainly has, Michael. He is a very experienced campaigner from the UK. He's Julian Howell. We were talking to him earlier in the week, and he was very, very confident of tonight's decision. He's fought such people as Joe Prestia from France. He's fought Evil Eval Denton, who we've seen on Fox Sports not so long ago, fighting Diamond Dale Westerman. He's fought Mohammed Karim from Chakariki stable in Holland, and Wayne Ambrose, brother of course, the world champion Trevor Ambrose from England. My mistake. He's also fought fighters from Luxembourg and many, many other countries. He is a very accomplished campaigner indeed.
And speaking to Julian earlier on this week, he described himself as a journeyman and quite a good kicker and a knee fighter, more of a technician than a knockout fighter, really. And we should see something special indeed from the English bruiser. And the spotlight pans to this man, Baris Nezif. He has sent the crowd into a frenzy. They love this man. The Aussie challenger for the world title, Baris Nezif, the wonder kicker. Mark the Hammer, tell us about the quiet-spoken 21-year-old who is taking his first shot at a world title bid.
Well, Baris Nezif, certainly he is also very much the journeyman. He'll be there for the duration if that's what it takes. Very much tradesman-like efforts from him. He just gets in there, he does the work. You'll see him throw some very spectacular techniques along the way. Very quietly spoken, 21 years of age is Baris. He didn't have a lot to say at the press conference earlier this week, but he's very confident in his own abilities and the abilities of his corner. He has 2 Commonwealth titles, and you can bet that he's going to make Julian Howell from London work for his title here tonight.
This match for the world light welterweight title scheduled for 12 by 2 minutes between Baris, the wonder kicker Nezif, out of the red corner, against the hard man from England, the technician Julian Howell. This should be an absolute classic in the making. We are ready to get underway in our world light welterweight title contest between the wonder kicker Baris Nezif out of the red corner and England's Julian Howell out of the blue corner, scheduled for 12 by 2.
Off the ring, please.
Your third man in centering, the legend, Dave Hedgecock.
Timekeeper.
Let's rock and roll in the first round between these two superb technicians. Nezif looks a picture of focus and concentration. I've never seen him look so focused. Of course, we haven't seen him in action since last October.
The stakes are very high here, Michael. This is a world title, so you've got to be focused when you're going for one of those. Certainly Julian Howell also will be looking to do the job here tonight.
Both fighters just picking their marks at the moment, measuring each other up. Baris leads in with the left, charges across the ring, pops him with a nice short left hook.
Okay, break, step back, clean break.
Stings him with the left again. Howell just dancing around the ring. A very popular fighter indeed, Baris Nezif. A recent article on him appearing in International Kickboxing magazine, and he's becoming quite a celebrity here on the Australian kickboxing scene. Howell just catches that round kick on the class and sweeps the inside leg kick. Well timed, Mark the Hammer.
Certainly was. Julian just diverted his kick down. Baris probably thought it was going to be a high roundhouse, and he's just changed his direction and whipped it in low, taking the legs out.
Baris pops in the game with a nice short left hook.
Step back, break, clean break, clean break.
Caught him flush on the kisser.
End of round one.
Into the first round. This is for the world light welterweight title between Baris Nezif of Australia and Julian Howell of England. Mark the Hammer, how did you see that first round?
It was a very even first round, Michael. Both fighters just feeling each other out at this stage. Julian Howell, Baris will have to watch those leg checks. If he checks too high, Julian is obviously going to try and take out his supporting leg. So Baris is going to have to keep his leg checks nice and low so that he's not getting swept. Here we see the boys on the replay mixing it up. A little bit open there was Julian. He's swinging. His punches are swinging punches. They're not really coming straight off the chin. The fighter's tying up now, and very, very even first round, as I said at this stage.
Timekeeper.
Let's rumble in the second round of world light welterweight contest. Baris Nezif out of the red corner, Julian Howell out of the blue corner.
Jab round. Jab round, Johnny. Jab round. Come on. Jab round, jab round.
Legs up tight.
Pick it up, pick it up.
Slapping low leg kick by Howell. You can hear that one reverberate across the stadium. And this near capacity crowd at Festival Hall really intrigued. What a fine Fight Fest super promoter Tarek Solik has staged for us so far tonight. And there's another inside leg kick by Julian Howell finding the mark.
You want it to 12-round fight, relax.
Of course, a lot more kickboxing and Thai boxing to come on Fox Sports from super promoter Tarek Solak and an array of other top promoters around the country. Great to see Fox Sports getting behind this very, very popular growing sport.
Fight on.
Howell dancing around the ring, not letting Nezif get a set on him. Backs him against the ropes, goes with the hands. Nezif ties him up. Another sweeping low leg kick there by Julian Howell.
Clean break, step back, let go the rope. Step back. Fight on.
Relax, Julian, relax. 30 seconds, relax. Relax.
Baris caught him with a nice right hand to the jaw. Howell forced to cover up over in the blue corner.
Come on, break, step back.
A nice flurry it was by Baris Nezif. Spinning hook kick by Nezif, didn't find the mark. End of the second round of action. Mark the Hammer Castanini, another even round for my liking.
Very, very much an even round. Julian Howell matching Baris's attacks at this stage. Baris, I feel, made a late charge towards the end of that round, and perhaps this could be something to come. Here we see Baris working low, then going straight up the top with those hand techniques. So he's got Julian in a false sense of security. Thought he was going to attack his legs, and then immediately came upstairs with those nice tidy hand combinations. So that was great thinking there on the part of Baris Nezif.
Let's rumble in the third round.
Oh, Julian. Hands up.
Will we see Nezif unleash those wicked round kicks of his? There was a nice front kick off the right leg.
That was very well timed indeed, that kick, Michael.
Out of there, Julian. Out of there.
Front kick off the lead leg by Nezif. Didn't find the mark.
Hands up,
Howell bundles him back into the blue corner. Nezif turns it around.
Break, clean break. Stop giving her a hand.
And referee Dave Hedgecock is there to make sure it's kept nice and clean.
Let's go round, let's go round.
Go on, Johnny, I was happening. Come on, fight on.
Go on, son.
Fight on. I see that. Fight on.
Howell complaining of a blow to the groin there, but referee Dave Hedgecock said he didn't see it. Both men continuing with the bout.
Lock down. Wipe your gloves. Fight on.
So the third man in the ring is Dave Hedgecock. He's one of the pioneers of the sport, and you couldn't find a better centre referee than the legend Dave Hedgecock, who has control of this fight.
Howell just sticking out that left.
Inside,
Checks the low kick of Nezif. They trade some leather upstairs.
Fight out of it, come on, fight out of it. Okay, break, step back, step back, step back. Let go, fight on.
It really is turning into a technical battle. There's the nice stinging left the game by Howell.
right hand, 1, 2. Come on, buddy.
A lot of people earlier in the week were saying that Julian Howell's strong point was his legs, but he's certainly showing that he can box along with the best of them. And he's landed some nice, clean and crisp punches here tonight.
Mark the Hammer after 3 rounds again. I'm finding it hard to separate both these guys.
It is a very even contest, but it is a 12-round fight, so both boys, I think, realise that they have to be going the distance, and it's no use going crazy in the early rounds and having nothing left as the fight progresses.
Let's take a look at the replay now.
See some big kicks traded there, both at the same time. Julian just grabbing that leg, which of course is not allowed. It is allowed in full Thai rules, but of course not in the rules that they're fighting here tonight. He claimed that low kick there, which could have been just a clash. In that clash, Baris's leg could have gone astray. Referee Dave Hedgecock, of course, claiming he didn't see anything, so the fight was then pushed along.
And we have seconds out. We'll have 4 later. Seconds out, thank you.
Seconds out, seats under, stay in your corner. Come on, guys, seconds out, seats under.
Round 4.
Stay in your corner, stay in your corner. Okay, let's go.
We get underway in the 4th round of world title action. This, the world light welterweight title.
Go on, Julian.
The wonder kicker Baris Nezif perhaps hasn't wound up those big round kicks as much as we'd like him to yet. There's one of them off the right leg. Howell buries in.
Watch the hands. Okay, break, step back, step
Well, as we said earlier, Michael Baris, we haven't seen him in action for a little while, and perhaps that could be taking its toll on him here tonight. He could be a little rusty and might just take a few rounds to clear the cobwebs out for him to kick into those top gear.
back. Don't push in. Stand up. Swipe your glove.
Baris leads in with the big right hand. Didn't find the mark. Swings a left. Both men trading kicks downstairs.
Break, step back, step back.
Come on, buddy.
Stop hanging on.
Nice right hand found the way through the defences of Baris Nezif. 2 whipping high right round kicks by Nezif. And Howell was well guarded up against him. Decides to trade some blows in the blue corner, but they tie up.
Let go. Step back.
And referee Dave Hedgecock is there to do the honours.
Break, clean break. Step back. Fight on.
Go on, you're going. Hands up. 30 seconds, Julian.
Nice uppercut off the right hand by Nezif. Really found the mark under the chin of Julian Howell.
And that was called from Baris's corner, just as the fighters linked up there. Someone in the corner picked that shot and called it, and Baris followed straight up with it. So that goes to show what happens when you listen to your corner's instructions.
Baris catches him with the left hook over in the blue corner, ties up Julian Howell.
Fight out of it.
Howell forced to cover up, receives another late uppercut. That's the end of the 4th round of action. Baris coming home a little bit stronger in that round, Mark the Hammer.
Baris is certainly, as I said, Michael, but could be a possibility that because he hasn't fought for a while, he's a little bit rusty. And he's coming good now, for sure. Here we see on the replay, fighters just trading blows. Baris is leaping hooks. Julian Howell has been avoiding, luckily, or perhaps it's just anticipation, but they've been just avoiding those big blows, has Julian Howell. And Baris Nezif has been certainly let some really big hooks and hand techniques go, and it only takes one of those to land to prematurely finish this fight.
Go on. We done it for no problem. Go on, this is a very important fight. Do you mind getting tied? Go on.
Round 5.
Come on, guys, fasten up in that corner. Stay in your corner. Stay in your corner. Come on, fellas. Come on together. Timekeeper.
Let's get underway in round 5, and some strong words in the corner there for Baris Nezif from his trainer Jamal Hassan, telling him to really pick up the momentum in this 5th round.
Stand up, watch your gloves.
This is world title action from Festival Hall in Melbourne for the light welterweight world title. Baris Nezif taking Julian Howell down.
Fight on.
Well, the cut now has opened up on Baris's left eye. There's blood starting to trickle from that cut.
Step back, clean break. Fight on, watch the head.
Interesting to see if the ref keeps an eye on the cut and perhaps pulls Baris off to the top there to have a bit of a look at it.
Howell just burying in, trying to close the gap. Baris meeting him with uppercuts, winds up the big right round kick. Howell shot through the ropes. Referee Dave Hedgecock applies the count. Could it be a world title for Baris Nezif? It's all over. Baris Nezif has claimed the world light welterweight title at only 21 years of age. He has knocked out Julian Howell from England to claim the world title.
Certainly a powerhouse performance there from Baris. That cut was certainly a concern early, but he came good and put Julian Howell through the ropes. Very experienced campaigner is Julian. You can bet that they would have hurt him, and he would have come back if he was able to. You will see the fighters just tangled up a bit. Baris unleashing some great uppercuts, working his hands and feet in together. That was a big right uppercut there. Whipped in the high roundhouse kick to the head of Julian, and that's what really did the damage. Just placed it right on the side of the head, and that's all it takes. Really shook Julian, and he couldn't get it together to come back and continue on with this fight, unfortunately.